now working? I will just wait and see, I guess. I just did a live on my phone and it was unlisted, so no one was getting it, and now we are here. So we'll see if anyone comes in. This is completely a new thing going for my phone. I'm normally doing everything from my computer, but does it seem like my computer's working well? No. So, we are here live. Okay, we're doing a mix critique, and we're doing it a little different than how we normally do it. Sorry if there's a fan on. Everything's been overheating. It's one of those days where literally nothing is working, but it's okay. It's okay. It is all good. So, yeah, unfortunately, now if I open up, hold on. Okay, we have someone in here. Good. Awesome. Okay, I don't even know how to see the chat when it's on my phone. So if there's a chat, all messages. Okay, so I should be able to see the chat. Can I even write down in the chat when I'm on my phone? Guys, I don't even know how to do this on my phone at all. This is a new thing. Sorry if you're writing things and I cannot see it. I'm gonna see if I can open up my even older laptop and if I can see the chat on here, because to be honest, I'm a little bit losing my mind. Anyway, the struggle continues, but it's okay. It is all good. Where in the hood? So we are on a Sunday. We're gonna do a live mix. I'm so excited. I think I have 6 songs lined up. We'll try to get through them. Unfortunately, I won't be able to show you my screen of everything I'm doing, but I will be showing you what I can. And it'll be my more makeshifty of things. Hey guys, I'm so sorry. I don't know how to do the settings so that I can actually see the chat if you guys are writing. I have no idea. All messages. So yeah, it is what it is on this thing. I'm gonna see if I have 0 idea how to do it. If I turn it, will the chat pop up? No, it says I have to have it this way. Okay, fine. I'll see if I can open up the chat on here, and then that way we have everything going. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe this will function. Kind of. Oh my gosh, guys. What a little... Okay. And then we have the chat here. Is this live? There we go. And we're live on this. Okay, cool. So I think I can get the chat open on here. Hey guys, hi. It's working. Not easy. Cool. Okay. Makeshift. Now it's working. Awesome. I kid you not. This took me like an hour and a half to set up. And it failed entirely. So is what it is. It is a very hot day in Montreal. Feels like I'm in class again. Zoom problem. Oh my god, it's like beyond. Anyway, I'm getting a new computer, so it's just I don't have everything set up. So I'm streaming from my live now I'm streaming from my phone. I was trying to stream from my computer. It wasn't working. Okay, it's your birthday. Me too. Happy birthday. Okay, I can sing a little happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. There you go. So happy to see you here. Shout out on the makeshift. You gotta do what you gotta do. I'm just surprised that this somehow works. Are those blue light glasses? Yes, I get migraines if I'm looking at screens and I'm not wearing my blue light glasses. I do be loving them though. They are somewhat like the Harry Potter, but cool. Anyway, so yeah guys, I got some submissions from you, and we are Elton John. Yes, true that. Harry Potter, Elton John, I will take both of them. I'm obsessed with Sailor Moon. I love things magical, and Elton John's also magical. But yeah, so we're going to be listening from my phone speakers to the songs that you guys submitted to me, and I will be giving my critique. Normally, what I do with these live streams is I will be showing you my Pro Tools, I'll be doing a live mix, just giving my feedback. I'll be trying to do that, but ultimately, I can't be showing you my Pro Tools from my phone, unfortunately. I mean, technically, I could turn it around. Let's see. This is the most makeshift, but you know what? I could potentially, if you guys want, I can try to MacGyver something. But yeah, anyway, so we're gonna listen to the first one. This is from Venus Amelesi. They sent me an awesome thing. I'm gonna have to open it on. Okay, we're gonna see if this works, guys, because this has been, like, I kid you not, the most funny day for anything technological. I don't know if this happens with y'all, but like some days tech just don't be working at all, even slightly. So that was my day today. It's okay. So all right, so Venus Amelesi, name Faith. I make music under Venus Amelesi, producing professionally for 3 years, R&B, 90s house, hip hop. We love that stuff. So about listening to the kinds of music, musical journey. So their song's called Sixth Sense, and inspired by Marvin Gaye. All right, okay, let's take a listen to that. All right, I have my monitors on. Technology has a mind of its own sometimes. Yeah, like technology, you know, just sometimes I mess up technology. Like, it's been a bit of a joke. When I was at RAC, every computer I would work on stopped working. So it's something that, like, while I'm on the street, I can, like, turn off and on, like, the street lights. In a weird way, I'll be like off and then it turns off, and then, or I say like on and it turns on. Strange stuff. I seem to mess up tech a bunch. I've heard I should be wearing a grounding mat and like the wristband while I'm on tech, because I somehow mess it up. Like, I can't wear a watch without it breaking. So that's me. Welcome. All right, so let's take a listen to Sixth Sense. Ooh. Nice. Yeah. Ooh. I'm liking this. Are you guys hearing that the best you can on the phone? Is that, like, passable? Tony, welcome to this very makeshift live stream where I'm critiquing you guys' mixes. Yeah, I agree. This has, like, such, like, it reminds me a little bit of some of these, like, I don't know if you guys ever listened to, like, Majestic Casual era, like 2013 to 2016. Majestic Casual had this incredible selection that had a French disco scenario happening, and that's kind of what I worked on a lot. And yeah, it has a little bit of that vibe. Ratio between my voice and the song, is that okay? Okay. So the things I'm noticing, this, I think it's like a low mid. Yeah, totally French clubhouse girls. Exactly like that fun disco. I'm loving the vibe. Like, there are some, I think, with a bit of EQing, and then just like placement of a few things, I think it'll really finesse it. I'll do my assessment after. Vocals could be turned up. I agree. I agree.
Ignore the sounds, turn off the lights. On the Sixth Sense, meet me up there. Sense it all, feel it in your soul. So right we get, no matter anywhere. Ignore the sounds, turn off
flanger, like kind of like thing that's throwing Jamiroquai, but it makes sense with his references. Okay, guys. Awesome. Good job, Venus Amelesi. I'm so sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Right off the bat, I'm thinking I'm going to throw an EQ on here. I could potentially, if you wanted to, I can switch the camera around on my phone and put it in front of my computer screen. You're going to see my crystals, my crazy wire setup, but you'll be able to see FabFilter and the different things. Audio, I will be a little bit different because I'll be moving my camera. So if you guys want that, shoot a little thumbs up, and or I can just tell you what I'm doing. I will get the EQ kind of started, and then y'all will let me know. But yeah, so basically if we're listening to this, I'm feeling this low could be tightened a tiny bit. And I'm thinking, yeah, thumbs up? Okay, cool. All right, so let me try that. All right, guys. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull down a little bit. I think it would be probably around 165. This, and I'm gonna tighten up the hue a bit. And then I would make that dynamic, because there's something in that is it's kind of masking everything else. And then just doing that, it's not a ton, but it helps a lot with breathing. It just gives a little bit more room for the vocals, believe it or not. There's also frequency, I think it's like around here. It's the lower part of the snap that I find a little bit difficult. Okay, of course. There we go. A little bit less there. Let's see. There we go. Just at 800. Okay, so I'm going to pull that down a tiny bit. Not a lot, but it's just so it's not bugging me as much. Just over a tiny bit. There we go. That's nice. That helps it. I could make that dynamic as well. And then let's try and lift up that voice a bit. We're getting a lot of those snaps in there. So we'll want one around here and then one around 5. But it's just that snaps are... It's gonna boost the snaps. I can't isolate them as much. But yeah, basically, this helps it breathe a tiny bit more. If we see this is a little bit more congested.
Turn off the lights on the 6 ends. Meet me up there.
You just feel like that is a little bit lower down than the, you know, it just feels a little bit more max when that's not on there. And now it's a little bit more open as well. Yeah, so that would be like the first thing I would do. I think what I would also do is maybe do a, I'd maybe do what is called, yeah, I might do a multi-band and see if I can open up things a bit. Let's do Pro and B. I do be loving my multi-bands. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do preset. Here, I'll turn it around so you guys can see. So I'm going to do a preset. Oh my gosh, hold on. I think the camera is... Let's see, is that a little bit better? Wipe it down a bit? Okay, I don't know if y'all can see. Anyway, So I think what I'm gonna do is quickly take mix bus. I know it's. I wanna. Where's the punch and leveling? Exactly. What are you looking for when you sweep the frequency around 4K? Well, what I was trying to do is boost up the voice. So I was seeing the articulation in his voice. So I felt that there was a little bump. Here, I'll turn around so you're not just looking around the screen. So what I was looking for was like trying to get his voice to shine a little bit more. So I was boosting maybe around, I was like, I think 2.3, and then where are we? Yeah, almost 2.3 kilohertz here, and then also it was just over 5 because there were certain parts of the voice that I wanted to boost, and I was also trying to not have the snaps overpower, but there was no way I could really isolate it. But the body and articulation of the voice is often found between like 3K and 5, maybe 6K, depending on the voice. Males are usually a little bit lower, and females are usually a bit higher, closer to the 5K. But I just wanted it because it's like a softer voice. You want to have the articulation because, as I think it was you, Alrius, who mentioned that it really it'd be good to have the voice be a little bit louder. That's kind of what you want to do. You want to isolate the voice a bit more. So I was trying to do that with an EQ. Obviously, it's hard to just do that with an EQ on your 2-bus, but that's what we're working with. So it's all good. Yeah, so I'm going to the multi-band, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw on a preset, maybe something like, there's this one, Punch and Leveling. Punch and Leveling is a pretty good preset on Fab. If you guys don't use FabFilter, to be honest, it's a great tool. I do be loving the FabFilter. So I'm going to show you what it is. So if we bypass this, we have the ProQ open. So the one I just did, here we go. Here, I'll move this so you can see a little bit easier. And then let's try to put it on. It just controls the low a little bit more. This one isn't breathing as much. That to me feels a little bit better. What do you guys think? I mean, obviously it's harder for you to tell with just that, but like I'm thinking I can hear that. Cool. Always see producers frequency that. Okay, yeah. Exactly. Well, to be honest, I think when you learn, like having a little cheat sheet where certain parts of the frequency, like if you go over this frequency spectrum of the human voice and what sounds good and like the general areas, and you can do this for all of your instruments. I can see if in another video I can do a little cheat sheet for you guys and just share that, because it's really helpful. Like when you know where the body of a guitar is, the body of a bass, the body of drums, like snap of a snare is usually around like 2K, maybe 3K if you want the sizzle. If you want the kick, the hit of a kick, that's around 1K. Like things that you can kind of know, and obviously each instrument is different. Each time you're recording it, how you record it, different mics, all that, it's gonna make it different, but it allows you to have just like a little bit of a cheat sheet. Okay, so I think that sounds a lot better. I'll do it without and with, and then you guys let me know what you think. I'll turn it back around so you guys can kind of see. So yeah, so without the ProQ on, and then with. I wouldn't even be mad about putting a little shelf at the high end to open it up. Yeah. And then the ProQ on. I feel like that's a bit too much. Let's take this one off. That. Sounds better when I'm not compressing the top end, just the lows and the mids. And I might do this actually a little bit lower. Focus it there. There we go. Just really control those low mids, the mids and low mids. And this is really pulling that down. Okay, that sounds better to me, guys. Thank you so much, Venus. And Leslie is way off the snare frequency. Oh yeah. Well, the thing is, you'll get the body of the snare if you want the crack of it. The body of the snare, for sure, you're getting more around 300 hertz. That's for sure. It's more if you're getting like the snap, so it like cuts through the sizzle. Like if you have the chains. No, what is it? Are they called chains? Oh my gosh. Am I just losing my mind? I think it's the chains that you have at the bottom of the snare. Whatever it's called. Snare wires. Okay, thank you. Fusion kick samples, you probably would know if you're doing kick samples. Snare wires. So yeah, that will be ringing, I think, if you're getting the snizzle. The sizzle usually around I'd say 2-3K depending on the track. But yeah, and like how it's recorded, if you have like an under mic on top, how close it is. Those are all playing. I did a video actually on axis versus off axis recording, and that kind of shows, I used it on an amp, but it's the same principles where depending on if it's completely on the axis of your sound source or like off axis, how close, how far, it will really change the tone of the audio recording. So that's something to take into account. Okay, so next one, we are gonna do a song called Astro. So this is an OG. This is from Charles. Let me open it up, what he wrote. He wrote something awesome. So Charles has been following, I think, this channel as well as my own personal channel, and just been an OG when it comes to the streams and participating. So he's awesome. Where's Charles? Okay. I enjoyed watching your live streams you hosted a while back and thought it'd be fun to send you one of my beats. Okay, so Charles Durand Lo. Oh my god, I'm saying it horrible. Anyway, Charles. I think it's more formal, that way easier for people to remember. I'm saying it horribly. Charles Durand Lo. Durand Lo. That's what it is in French. Anyway. All right, so to keep it short, I go by CD. So those are his initials. Which also matches compact disc. Yeah, bro, you got it. To touch on this little one, as a musician. Okay, so he was studying music, and then he got into FL Studio. That was one thing I've never got into, and I've always been curious about FL Studio, but I've never done it. Nice. And so he was really inspired back in the day by Deadmau5 and trying to understand him. 2018, he moved into hip hop. Watching one of Genius's deconstructed videos on Post Malone's Rockstar. Okay, cool. So this song is called Astro. And it's a nod to one of his favorite artists, Travis Scott. So incorporates several production elements. Okay, cool. One of his longtime, Mike Dean. So he's inspired by also Mike Dean, who I love. Drums, bass line, choirs, to name a few. Astro represents a culmination of my 9-year journey in music. Congrats, Charles. That's a good time to do it. And one that keeps evolving into new experiences and knowledge. Oh my god, what a great guy. A10, hello there. Oh, actually, I was trying to load your thing, and I think the download expired. But if you resend it to me via email, I can get that set up. Yeah, so sorry about that. If you're the same A10 who was in the emails. My bad. Okay, so back to this. Surprisingly, even gave me the opportunity to send some of my work to Travis and his songwriting team over a year ago. I think your song, whatever song it was, A10, I-10, I'm so sorry, I don't know how to say your name, but I believe you emailed, if it is the same you. If you emailed it, the song that you had sent, it expired when I was downloading it. So if you resend it to me, I can upload it. Right. Okay. So in typical music fashion, I won't know if any of my work was ever used until they send me legal paperwork. Honestly, it is so important to have all of your songs copywritten, all of it organized and protected. That's a big thing because there are lots of people that kind of rip you off of it. I recently got Pro Tools, and thanks to Novation. Nice. Using Ableton. Man, I love Ableton. Atan. Tough name. I had it right. Okay. I feel great. But yeah, man, Pro Tools, I kind of am a sucker on. I'm a sucker on it because I still use it, and it is kind of. I've just gotten so used to the shortcuts. I think that's what it is. It's like as with any DAW, you get into the shortcuts. Okay, salut, Jugurtha Studio. Salut, ça va? J'espère que vous allez bien. Right. So, okay. Back to what I'm reading. Guys, I feel like ADHD is very obvious right now. Even with 9 years of experience, I'm always looking to learn something new. If I had to pinpoint one area that I struggle is my low end. Bro, yeah, low ends are rough. Okay, he uses a pair of HS5s, that's good. Here, under 100 hertz is nearly impossible. Yeah, it might be good to try something like a sub pack, and also testing your mixes on what would be like your phone, what would be on different things. Honestly, if you're able to nail your mids, it ends up being something that you can just tame your lows a little bit more. So I always I'm a thug in the low end. So I'm a low end thug. I don't do it gracefully. So that being said, let's take a listen to Astro. Ooh, I am super pumped. This is going to be fun. Okay. All right. Charles, let's go. Ooh. Ooh, I'm already liking this. It's kind of like an intro where it's sound design stuff. I'm a sucker for sound design. Okay, Charles. Okay. So fun. Good job, Charles. This is so fun. Is it translating well for you guys? Do you hear it well? Because sometimes when there is a lot more sub-frequencies, it doesn't translate as well over phone. Oh, a Euro spy film? Totally! Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh, this is really fun. Good job, Charles. I don't know if he's maybe not even in the chat. Often he'll be like, when we do live streams, he's there, but maybe because I had such a long, rough start to this, where I started over an hour late. He maybe isn't tuning in. But cool. I really like that. In the best possible way, whenever there's like wires and other things, it totally reminds me of like Kanye stuff, and I love Kanye's production. Yeah, this is epic. Good job, Charles. Okay. So what's a very typical thing in hip hop is you downsample, so it kind of goes to like 16 recent. Awesome. Okay, I'll download that now. I love that. That's so pretty. Oh jeez. Started right away. Fair, confused, I understand. Okay, Charles. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna get to Charles' track. Let's dive in. Okay. Right, so what I'm seeing here, that was it, lol. Good. Yeah, so as we're looking at this, and I want, again, we're gonna use the visual here just because that's, we're seeing this as like hot and heavy, you know, and in hip hop, often at around 16 kilohertz, we're hearing a lot less. It kind of cuts off. So we're seeing already there, that changes almost nothing in the sound. But, okay. Alright, so let's see if we can tame this low end a little bit. Often what I'll do is take off probably around like maybe up to 20 if it's a really heavy duty system. And then I'm gonna see if I can shape this 808 a little bit more. Maybe what I'll do even better. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do a low shelf. We're gonna bring that down from like 165, 200. Yeah, 100%. He did such a good job with that. He did such a good job with the choir. But yeah, if you make a dynamic one where as it's going up, you're just cleaning that up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make it a little bit bigger. There's a frequency there. Kind of like in the other, maybe it's just my ears, but there's something in that. I find it a little bit harsh. I'm gonna, this is really funny, that's the exact same problem over here. Yeah, that's nice. It's also about rest, 100%. Well, music is sound and silence. And you don't want to be mixing with your eyes, guys. You want to really take time to listen to it. So we're seeing here, it's good. He's left space for the voice to come in. You're seeing that body right in there. That's good for the voice to be able to come in. This, I kind of cut out a little bit of that lower end of that, just to finesse it a bit. I'd also make it dynamic. And maybe make that a little bit more of a pillowy thing. Tidy it up a tiny bit. Okay, cool. So now I know we need to do control. That will control there. And I'm going to dive into what is causing, we're seeing like right around here, 165, 155. Oh my God, are we just breathing better now? Dang. Wow. Okay, that one made such a big difference. I just just noticed you guys are in blur land over there. Let me just wipe the back of that camera. Oh, guys, this is probably, you know what? I'm so happy we're doing this and we're here together, but this is very much a very funny live stream. I don't think I've ever done a live stream with this setup. Okay, let's see. Are you, okay, it's less blurry. Not 100%, but that's okay. All right, so this guy just made the biggest difference. I'll show you. Okay, so let's take a listen without anything. Right, Charles? Honestly, Charles did a really good job, but that low end, he's right, it is rather intense. I'm a low end thug, and again, for this type of music, you can probably do it, but it's worth it to tame it so it translates really well. So just with that, we're like, okay, we're getting something working nicer. Now this guy. Oh, wow. Sorry, I have no idea how that happened. So this guy. And then that back on. Wow. That makes such a big difference here. And I don't mind that and it's still open up. It's not like crazy close, but I think that for me, it breathes a lot better. And you could definitely hear the choir more. Yeah, okay. So now in terms of production, he's left a good amount of space for the voice. But again, if you're dealing with men, you're going to want to clean up like a male rapper or whatever. It reminds me of Coolio. Man, I love Coolio. You're going to want to clean up around 150, 160, 200. All that, you're going to want to make some room for that low mid voice to come through. Is it supposed to remind you of Coolio? Well, I mean, I think he said Travis Scott was his inspiration for this, so not Coolio, but Coolio is awesome. I do love Coolio. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is the same thing. I'm going to do a multi-band. I don't know if we need so much compression. You know what I want? No, I want to open up I want to open up something that'll open up the stereo field. What can I use? What would be good? Because I don't want to do too much. I just want to like open it up slightly. I think with this, you maybe want to play with the stereo field a little bit more. You can do something with like maybe Spectre and then opening that up. Okay, let's try Spectre. I do love Spectre. Okay, so Spectre, let's do a preset. We're just doing something simple. We're going to do stereo widener. Cool. So let's see how that works without it and then with. Okay, that might be hard for you guys to tell because you're kind of in the middle of it, but that makes a big difference. Opening up and playing with the stereo field, that feels really good. That feels really, really good on there. I might also play along with, I'm definitely going to check out 150 Hertz technique, raising my vocals at 4K, but then it gets loud. Well, it's all about a balance, you know? You really need to find a balance with what it is that you're trying to do. You know, when you're doing a mix, it's making all the pieces of the pie fit together, so it's not like a gross pie. I want that multi-band. Where's my multi-band at? Am I blind? Yeah, this choir does, I want it louder. It's so fun. I'm in Dynamics, Pro Q, Pro, multi-band. There we go. And then if we're doing preset, let's do mix. We're gonna do controlled highs, tight bass, low mid cleanup. Expand side dynamics. You know what? That could actually be really fun for this. Yeah. Immediately that opens it up. It's doing a little bit too much in the lows though. So that we're gonna need to turn off. How do I do that quickly on here? When those are off, that breathes a little bit better. Cool. All right, guys, so now let's hear it without and with. So without, we'll go from the beginning over here. Oh no, you know what? Let's keep it with the choir. The choir is kind of sounding cool. All right. Right now we're getting a lot more control in the low end. The EQ is doing this. That kind of is cleaning it up nicely. And then now I have the Spectre that's opening up the stereo field, especially in the highs, and it's like the stereo width is going like, it's opening up, which is really nice and gives a little bit more ear candy. And then you top it with a multi-band, and there's one part of the multi-band. Yeah, sidechain, yeah. Well, this is dynamic. We're not doing like particular sidechains, but like definitely would benefit from some sidechain. You know what? Let's splat. We're gonna, I think that's in this one. So this, we're gonna close that down. You know what? No, that's not this one. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So already that without it, with, it just opens it up a lot more. But yeah, this is feeling a lot better. Charles, awesome. Good job. Astro, killing it. So good. Alrighty. Now, let us go and bring that other track in. Let's do Eitan. One new track. I'm going to prioritize someone who's here hanging out rather than just the extra video. Okay, and then we're good. Here we go. Awesome. We'll see what we can get to. Honestly, this is going much later and I have some filming I have to do. So we'll see how many songs I can get through. All right, and then worst case, I'm going to be doing another one in August. So I'm trying to do these like once a month, roughly. So should be fun. Right now, let's go. This is Eitan. Let's see what they wrote. Eitan. That was it. Hi, I'm Eitan Akon. Eitan. Okay. Hey, John. That's very cute. Eitan rhymes with Akon, Raycon, and Hey John. And Coach sounds like coach. Okay, cool. Thank you explaining it. Oh my gosh. On top of it, guys, I am like massively dyslexic. So if I don't say things, it's my favorite type of humor when people mess up how they speak. It's the best for me. But yeah, anyway, hold on one second. I'm just going to put this on Wi-Fi here just so. Am I back? Froze for me too. Maybe we're back. Am I back? Froze for me too. Maybe we're back. Are we back? It seems like we're back. It froze for me on my laptop. Anyway, I just got a notification saying that like 90% of my data was filled. So if it falls out during the rest of the stream, my bad, guys. It would make sense because today is the day where all of the streaming is, everything is difficult. So if that happens, then you know what? It'll be what it is. The audio is out? No. Hold on, truly? For reals? You know what? It'll be what it is. Okay. Chinese Kung Fun on audio. Okay, I'm getting it here now. Video is good, but no audio. But how come I'm getting it? Chinese Kung Fun on audio. Do you guys hear that? Because on my laptop, I'm getting audio. Yeah, I'm getting it here now. Video is good, but no audio. But how come I'm getting it? I don't know, guys. Is it magically just now working for me? Still no audio? I'm getting audio. Yeah, I'm getting it here now. Video is good. Okay, does anyone else hear me? Because I'm getting it on here. Hold on. Oh, but it's not synced. Dang, guys. Do I have to restart this again? I'll lose my mind. Dang, guys. Do I have to restart this again? Okay. No, but people are saying audio is good here. Okay, so maybe it's, I'm sorry if it's not synced. Maybe try refreshing your browser. If I refresh this, guys, we're gonna be gone. Okay, hopefully it's fine. Anyway, hi, I'm gonna refresh. Okay, cool. You're helping me out. All right, so back to the track. All right, Aton, let's do this. Okay, so I finally started collaborating with others who are better at that stuff. That's the best thing to do. Like, I hired a cellist for my song, and to be honest, there's no way I don't play cello. And working with him, I'm like, oh, so good. When people master, collaboration's the best. We have so many talented people in our subscribers on RAC, so many incredible musicians, so many incredible producers, so many incredible artists. Like, a great place to go and meet people, or like in the chat, connecting with people, so fun. Okay, my track is called What About Me, sung by Chimera Morel, who co-wrote it with me. Nice. I feel like we're getting close to release, but any feedback to improve the song? All right. Okay, let's go. Let's listen to it. What About Me?
All of our good times will always be good times, but what if we lose our way? Cracks in the pavement, what would you say then? Would you lead me astray? I would cross the ocean, I'd bring you the moon, but you leave me hoping you might do that too. I would move a mountain, give you everything, yet I haven't counted on you for nothing.
Nice.
What about me? What about me?
You know what? This is so Chris Brown era. You know, like the no air. Exactly, Leona Lewis. Exactly. That was exactly what I was getting to. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Okay, cool.
You say we'll be alright through all of the sunshine, but what if it's thundering? I show you clearly that I hold you dearly,
This
but
is like
you leave me wondering.
Don't mind me.
I would cross the ocean, I'd bring you the moon, but you leave me
Yeah,
hoping
goosebumps.
you
Wow.
might do
Yeah.
that too. I would move a mountain, give you everything, yet I haven't counted on you for nothing. What about me? What about me? What about holding me down, showing me how you'll be there?
So fun.
What about me? What about me? What about catching my fall, giving your all to me? Oh, I wanna.
It's like you just read my mind. I was like, I kind of want to change that. Exactly.
Don't wanna fall and then fall through. Oh, I
love that bass.
I wanna give
Yeah,
my
I
all to
love
you.
that bass.
I don't wanna fall and
Got
then
it.
fall through. What about me? What about me?
Nice.
What about holding me down, showing me how you'll be there? What about me? What about me? What about catching my fall,
That's something.
giving your all to me? What about me?
Okay, I want to just check. I think there's a freak.
What about me?
Okay, I think it would benefit from a bit of EQ. All right, so overall, heck yeah, we are in the Leona Lewis, Chris Brown era. Super, super, super into it. I would say I have a few notes on just tidying up the mix a tiny bit, and then I might even suggest something for, if I might be so bold, for the production if you want my input. I'm happy to give a little note on that, but let's start with just the mix. Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera around. Can you put this on the radio immediately afterwards, please? 100%. Good job. I agree. 100. Okay, so now we are, of course. All right. Okay, so I'm going to give you my little notes. All right, so EQ. You can see the top end here. I'm yelling because I have my headphones as well. It's a little bit bright. I would potentially, especially around like 2.8, 3K, I think it's right around here. Yeah, that 3K. In her voice, I find it a like 3.1. There's just like a slightly difficult frequency in there, and this will soothe it. Like putting soothe, put soothe on it. But this. On the voice, and then her voice would benefit from I'm listening mostly for the voice, guys. In her voice, I maybe would boost around 1K. And then into the headphones, you have to double check in your systems and stuff. But I would just maybe do tiny up there, and then overall, this might seem a tiny bit weird. We're gonna go shape, and then we're gonna do high shelf. Okay, so I'm gonna do something super slight, like not maybe a dB. What about me? What about me? What about holding me down, showing me you guys are hearing that? Not even a dB, and I take it down to like maybe about 800. Or you could do something alternatively, like on the perks, maybe just putting soothe, because there's some like not quite digital artifacts, but there's certain frequencies that feel a little bit bright, so that might benefit from it being like tamed a little bit. Other thing in terms of production, I had a tiny little note. I loved it. Like while I was listening to it, I'm like, you know what? I almost want a version where you have the bass popping off, and like, you know, if you're going into that, we're going like later Y2K era, like close to like 2008. They have, think like, we have this going, like Omarion, like think of that. Everything yet I haven't counted on you for nothing. What about me? What about me? Because it's, I don't want to like, again, it might change the entire vibe of the song. I was like almost thinking there could be two different versions of it. You did a change up in the bridge, which I think was good, and I really like the bridge, but we hear when we go to the bridge area, what's happening here? Here we go. why that really works is we don't have these like pads kind of drowning out the rhythmic movement. So either you're side chaining those pads so you're getting the rhythm of the bass when it comes into the chorus.
On you for nothing. What about me? What about me? What about holding me down?
Yeah, maybe even like cutting out some of the pads so you have like that bum ba-da-dum, and if you could follow the voice. What about me?
On you for nothing.
What about ba-da-da-bum, ba-da-da-bum? Kind of do it there like a
What about holding me down and show?
maybe just have it feel like it moves a tiny little bit. You know, like again, it's small stuff, but playing around with like a syncopated pad, a percussive thing, that could be interesting. Pulling out maybe some of the more long, drawn out, sparkly synths in there, something like that, that'll give it a tiny bit of space so it hits. Just giving that little bit of like anticipation, it might just make it like really hit. You know, you want it to be like one of the best things. Like I think Alarius was saying that like you forget that music is also about silence, that space, taking pause. Having that little bit of pause really helps, and it makes it so it's like super interesting. But yeah, fantastic song. Good job, bud. Like really excited to hear that when it's done. So fun. Okay, guys, I'm gonna do one more and then I'm gonna call it, because to be honest, it has been, I have to film 2 videos tonight, so we'll see if that even works with my computer and my system. Jeez. All right, so next one we are gonna do thanks so much, appreciate the feedback. Honestly, it's so cool, love it. I can't wait to hear other ones. I'll be doing another live stream in August, so if ever you want to submit more tracks, please do. It was so much fun to listen to and I'm super happy. Okay, so this guy is Sihan, I'm so sorry if I'm saying that wrong, from Turkey. And beat and vocal examples in a home studio using one, making own music, but okay, my sound and my beat. Okay, so again, this is blind reactions. I haven't heard any of these things, so we'll see what it is. We're going to start with something called Crazy. He sent 3 different examples. We're going to see how that works, and then let's go.
Does that make crazy? Does that make crazy? Does that make crazy?
Okay, so this is the cover.
Does that make crazy? Does that make crazy?
All right, cool.
Does that make crazy?
Yeah, turn it up a bit so you guys can hear.
Possibly. Does that make crazy?
Okay.
Does that make crazy?
It sounds like it's a loop over and over again.
Crazy.
From what I'm looking, loving all the styles of songs, right? There's so many. Honestly, you guys are so talented. Okay, I think this is potentially what's good. Oh. Okay, cool. That has like a dance vibe. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna see. Okay, so these are just like ideas of different things and vibes. I'm gonna take a listen to all 3 and give my feedback. All right. That's fun. Okay, this is really cool. Spirit of February. hot February, that's me. Okay, so these are just like a small loop bar thing that he has going on. Very fun. That is a really fun idea. I really like that. Okay, so let's listen to the other one. I'd say that one is like, I have no idea what to expect, guys. This is so fun. Okay. Remixing is an art. Yup. Totally. I think one of the big keys when it comes to remixing is really making something completely your own. You know, changing it, like you do such a drastic interpretation. I find that those are usually the remixes I like the most, where people really put their own flair and their own color on it. Okay, so I will say right off the bat, this first cover idea, I like the direction. It sounds really like it's going through a bandpass. So I will show you guys the. Look, there's a bandpass basically. We're getting a cut off. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's probably just on the vocal. The vocals are definitely in what is called the bandpass. If you guys don't know what a bandpass is, here, I'll show you. Shape. It's basically this. That's a bandpass. And you see how that's hardly affecting the voice? It's hardly affecting the voice because it's already done a bandpass. I wouldn't necessarily do that for the vocals. I feel like you definitely need to expand where the voice is sitting, the body of the voice. It's going to be difficult to do on the EQ here but you're going to want to boost the body of the voice. I'm really focusing on the voice if you guys understand that clearly. Unfortunately, it's still losing things, but yeah, I would be focusing on like the. Nice. But yeah, probably around like 1K on the voice. 1.4. If you're doing that, and the thing is, like, I feel like it boosts it. Yeah, basically, this would be an EQ I would put on the voice, like that. And then you'll want to clean up a little bit that low end, probably right around here, I would imagine. So let's and then that kick, you'll want to add the articulation of the kick a little bit. You're going to cut those out just leave this one in. And then I would play with the stereo field. But yeah, so that's what I would do EQ-wise on this guy. I think the idea is fun. For me, main thing I would want to focus on is this guy. This guy is such a cool idea. Woo! That just sounds so cool. This is really, really such a fun idea. So like open it up a bit. It's super, yeah, totally. Yeah, right? Doesn't it have a nice bounce to it? Honestly, I really like this idea. I think it's such a fun one. If I were to suggest, like, I'd say run with this idea. It's a great one. And then on that kick, you want that snap of it. Listen. So this one of the snare. Huh? See? Right there. And then those mids. Ooh. The top of that bass. Ooh, there we go. And now, okay, it's actually breathing now, which is so nice. And then I would do Pro MB just to make it like snap. Let's just do super simple. We'll do punch and leveling too. This one's great. You know, I don't like that. I do not like that. Usually that one's pretty good. Dynamic goodness. Let's try this. Okay, that works. Oh, I'm so happy. That's so good. Yeah, for masters, it's like, I'm going to give you guys actually a little tip I do. So when dealing with masters, I try to mix into my tubas. I do have to say though, I've now started working with this guy, Sam. He studied under Dave Pensato. I've become friends with him. He's amazing. Mixed by Sam. If you guys go follow him on Instagram, he's mixing my upcoming track, Is This the End? And I think he's gonna just mix everything because he's so good. But great guy, super, super talented. If ever you're wanting someone else to help you with a mix and master, highly, highly, highly recommend. Not that I want him busy because I'm going to have a bunch of things for him to do, but definitely recommending him. But yeah, what I tend to do is I try to mix into a 2-bus. So I'm going to quickly show you. Oops, I have to show you. So I would probably do an EQ. Let's say FabFilter. Let's say we're using that idea. And I'm noticing, because like we're basically mixing on 2-bus because we have a stereo on here. But yeah, I basically would try to open up the dynamic, maybe, depending on if I have a lot of S's or not, I'll do small, tiny little boosts, and I'll make it dynamic. Something like tiny, tiny, tiny. I tend to do a lot more automation in my actual mix rather than the 2-bus. And then plugins that I will pretty much always have on my 2-bus, my master. I will have Soothe. And what I love for Soothe, guys, it's so simple. Which is a good one I like. There's one that isn't it like Soften Digital Tops. This guy is so helpful because often when working in the box, you just do this. It just makes everything sound more expensive. So Soften Digital Tops, that is a great one. If you're having difficulty with your low end, there's a few on here that are really good. Or you can do Ear Friendly Top Master 2. That one's good too. I like that better on this one. And then you can play around with Soothe. If you guys don't have Soothe, like, highly recommend getting Soothe. But yeah, so that's good. And then what I'll do is I will also most probably on the type of song, but recently I have been loving this guy from the UAD plugins. Oops. So it's Capital Mastering, and then okay, so you can just do the Magic Bus Clean. That one's pretty good, but is it Colorful Spaces? There's something with spaces in it. What is it called? Open Spaces. I think it's Open Spaces. Unless there's another one that's called R&B Master is really good too. But oops, you guys aren't even seeing this. Okay, so I'm going with presets, right? And then you tailor it to the song. But a great place to start, you can get R&B Master, you can get Open Spaces. This really helps with helping your song open up. And I think there was another one, Wide and Forward. Those are all 3 really good starting places. So I'll have this at the end of the chain because I want it to be cleaned out prior to. So I'll have any sort of cleaning I need to do. Let's say there's like a harsh frequency, maybe here, like let's listen. Let's see if we can find a little frequency. That's a little annoying. Okay, so I'm cleaning that up. We're gonna do tidy. On masters, you don't want to boost anything or cut anything too much. You want to go in your mix to clean up stuff. And let's say I want this to hit a bit more. There we go. Already that feels a little bit better. We're gonna boost that up a little bit more on the master. And then we have this that it just softens it, guys. Super subtle. You can see it's hardly doing a thing. It's just gently touching it. And then this dude. I kid you not. This opens up everything. And then let's go to that other preset I was mentioning, the R&B Master. Let's see if that's nice on here. Ooh, great. So you can do this. And this really helps color. And so I would mix. Okay, so let's see, are we back? Maybe this will be back in a minute. I'll just try it a little bit longer, but I'm gonna get off soon, if ever. And then we're back. Do we hear me? Let's see on here if we're hearing this. I'll just try it. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. I think that was my data. That ran out. But that being said, I am back, yes. Okay, cool. I think that there's a bit of a bug though, because it's, okay, all good. So yeah, so what I'll do is I also put on, let's say just a simple thing on iZotope. Let's say we're going CD master, if it lets me. This maybe is the sign that this is kind of it for today. This could very well be the sign that that's it. But yeah, so then you do Imager. So I would basically look at this and see how everything plays. And then basically you don't even need any of these other things on because you maybe the maximizer, but not even because we have the other one. And then you can use this just to control the image. Make sure it hits. And then you can do wait, no, it's not here. Where's the other one? But yeah, spectral shaper. You can go this, and what's cool about Ozone is you can put in reference tracks. So I will also test my different things with that. But ultimately, yeah, I basically have an EQ, I have Soothe, and then I have a compressor or two that like also are my limiters, and I kind of like work with that. But like I definitely do compressor, then limiter, and or like compressor limiter. But yeah, guys, so that do be our stream, I think, today. It was loads of fun when we finally got it started. There are some tracks that I will keep for next time. But yeah, if you want to, next stream will be on my new computer, so we won't have all of these problems. But that being said, be sure to submit your tracks for the next one. I think the next stream I have scheduled already for mid-August. So that should be loads of fun. And yeah, we will do that then. But do be submitting your tracks. That is at dariana.listentomytrack@gmail.com. You can totally do that. This was so much fun to finally do it. Again, my bad on it being utter chaos. But yeah, I honestly, it was so fun. Thank you, Alrius. Am I saying that wrong or right? I apologize if I'm butchering it. But you were so much fun to chat with, and so many different good insights. Eitan was great. We had so many cool moments. The sound fusion kick samples. Thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate the hangout. And yeah, perfect pronunciation. Wonderful. I enjoyed this. Stay tuned for the next one. Great. Well, actually, guys, I'm next videos for RAC, we're going to be doing a whole series on how to prep for releases, because I'm currently prepping for my release. I'm filming a music video this week, and yeah, so I have my new song that I'm coming out. I'm releasing it completely independently, so I thought it would be really helpful to do a few videos where I break down best practices before you release. What social things can you think of when you're releasing music? How to set up and do a music video, storyboarding, who to hire, what concepting, like all of that process. And then, yeah, there's another 2 videos in that series, but I might break it up a little bit. But yeah, so that'll be coming out in next 2 weeks from now, as well as the following one. So, so yeah, so I'll be posting all the stuff and like the tips, but then I'm also doing it actually on my page, so you can see those tips I'm giving live implemented. So if ever that's interesting and you're releasing music, highly recommend. It's so weird being a producer, musician, but then also having to do content creation, and it's easier for me to do, like, let's say RAC than my own channel, just because I don't know, it's not me, so it's like it's easier. But yeah, I'm super pumped about it. So, and I think it's really high value information. So I hope you enjoy, and it was so much fun. And yeah, I will be seeing you guys in the next live stream, and between now and then I'll probably be doing a live stream on my channel. So yeah, make sure you check that out. It's my name, Dariana Everett. And yeah, guys, I will be seeing you in the next one. I'm gonna call it 80 minutes. It was supposed to start at 3. It's now 5:30. We're ending this. 'Tis all good though. Have a wonderful Sunday, and take care, guys. Bye.